Okay, so when we're talking about this final exam, things that I want you to think about are um, a lot of the sections are very similar to this right here, where you've got, no, not that, that's even better, this, where you've got two blanks and then you've got like the mete lay up here and then the gusta gustan down here. So you're going to have this answer independent from this answer. So you might get a whole lot of answer A's or a whole lot of answer B's. You can't overthink it. You just have to know that you're putting the answer that feels right to you, and hopefully you're right. This section, same thing. You're going to have a lot of mays or a lot of tays or whatever. So pay attention and just put what belongs. And if there's a lot of B's or a lot of A's or a lot of E's or whatever, don't let that freak you out, because that's just the way the test is made. The vocabulary matching is just A, B, C, D, E, so that'll be easy there. Preterite verb section has a lot of matching. The preterite verb section is actually set up to where you've got, let me see if this section's kind of similar. It's sort of like this, but each line is a different subject. So you have a yo line and you have different lines based on that. So you don't have a lot of mixed in stuff like this, and you don't have only one to form. If two is your subject, you end up choosing from a couple. I did minimize the answer choices there, so you should only have one or two left over. It's not as bad as it started out to be. Okay, and then you've got, for the preterite versus imperfect sections, they look exactly like this, except for they have a little A right there and a little B right there. Obviously, the sentence is different, the paragraphs are different, but it's the same concept of it's right there in the story. Answer it A or B. And then Sarah Star is set up the same way as this right here. So let me break down exactly what numbers there are. By the way, before I forget, there are two different versions of this test, so please look at both your Scantron and the test to make sure that you've got version A and a version A Scantron or version B and a version B Scantron. If you don't, you need to let the substitute know. All right, so chapter PE, there's 1 through 5 are matching vocabulary, and it's chore vocabulary. Section B is daily routine, and that's reflexive verbs, and that's numbers 6 through 25. Next section is numbers 26 through 35, and that's verbs like gustar. Possessive adjectives is the next section. Then I've got questions 40 through 48 are vocabulary matching from chapter 1A. And then I've got an irregular preterite section. That's numbers 49 through 58. And then I've got vocabulary from chapter 1B. Then I've got preterite versus imperfect from chapter 1B. Sorry about that, Pop. And that is numbers 64 through 72. Then I've got another preterite versus imperfect section, but it's just 5 questions, and it lists one sentence at a time. It has a sentence, and then you just need to fill it in with preterite or imperfect. First section is a paragraph. Second section is just a couple of sentences. Numbers 78 through 82 are talking about your artists, and we kind of talked about this in class. But just to reiterate, it's going to be stuff like this person was a surrealist artist. Okay, so who is my surrealist artist? Well, I've got Dali and I've got Picasso and Moreau, right? Only one of those will be your choice. So as long as you have ideas of what these people did, there's more. There's a couple artists that are big portrait artists, so those would be your choices for that, and only one of them will be on the test. So just know a little bit about your artists, and I think that section will be fine. It's just 5 questions, like I said. Mi hermano menor. Okay, next section is 83 through 91, and that's Sarah versus a star, and it's Sarah versus a star in all different tenses, but the tense is already decided for you. You just need to break it down to the, is it description, is it age, is it relationship, is it condition, is it emotion, is it past participle, if it's a past participle, or if it's a present progressive, which is the ing So that would be the ando and iendo. Then that also goes with the verb star. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you. And then the last questions are 91, 92 through 99. Those are 100 Years of Solitude. And the number one things I would focus on, and you can go back through your old quizzes if that helps, I want to know the why, because that's what's going to be more important as we move forward in the book is why things are happening. So why, why would they leave one town and move to another? Or why did Ursula's parents even move to the town that they moved to, Rio Hacha, right? Or why did they flee Rio Hacha? And then why did Rebecca show up? I mean, there's just all sorts of questions that are why questions. So maybe you can look back through your notes and try to study that. The 100 Years of Solitude is chapters 1 through 12. And I think there's only 2 questions from the newest chapters. So, anyway, that is it. Good luck. And that's it.